Hey, let's go ahead and get some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. It's been a couple of days. I have been traveling, so bear with me. A lot of changes that are happening right now in the collective, so I'm not immune to the energy. So first card we got is regeneration, okay? Regeneration, I always see that as Scorpio energy, death, and transformation. It's almost like what happens when you burn down a forest, right? It regenerates itself. It comes back much more plush and beautiful and oxygenated. I don't know why I'm getting that, but this is all about regeneration, okay? So number 46 adds to a 10. 10 is about completions, finalizations, wrapping things up. New cycles are getting ready to start while simultaneously you're ending old cycles, okay? So regeneration, it could be like, okay, you no longer work at this company, but things are getting rearranged for you. Or, regeneration, all right, I no longer live in this area. Now I need to go out and, manifest something else, whether that's a place of living, whether that's a relationship, one thing burning to the ground and something simultaneously opening up. What else do we have here? Yep, I like this energy. Okay. So I am bottom of the deck. We have exchanging gifts. All right. So this could have something to do with your gifts. Somebody could be giving you a gift. Okay. There could be a gift, or this is a gift from the universe, like this, I get this. Somebody once gave me a box full of darkness, and I had to realize that too was a gift. Okay. So it's usually when things start to fall apart, that's when you're about ready to get the accolades for what you deserve. So our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are saying, like, this is not necessarily a bad thing. It can feel like crap when you're going through the experience, but it's to help you kind of get more on track. I see that here with the by the book. So I do feel like a lot of things are changing in your life, and maybe it's time for you to start doing things by the book, or maybe it's time for you to stop doing things by the old book. Things aren't working out anymore when you're trying to go off old rules. And where do those rules actually come from? Did they come, were they embedded? Was it something that maybe your family, you were raised to believe? Okay. Right now, this could have a lot to do with our belief systems. Some people are going to spirituality. A lot of people are being indoctrinated by religion right now, and vice versa. So whatever our old traditions are, I feel like some of those are wrapping up, and I feel like you are starting new traditions for yourself. We have the why card. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, realize that because it's a gift, it's actually, why is this happening? What is this teaching me? Or, and recognizing that this is happening for you, not to you. Okay. So anything and whatever it is, it's already happened. Okay. You're already doing it is what I'm saying. So it's regardless of your feelings towards it, it's happening. And the reason why it's happening, and you may not understand, I think a lot of people are looking around because things are happening at such a rapid space right now. Look at everything that's happening in the world. There's change after change after change. And I feel like internally, there's also a lot of changes that are happening when it comes to our reality, when it comes to our belief systems even about ourselves. And why is this all happening? Why? You want to know why? The answer why is to get you prepared for your new life, to get you on track with your new life. And it's a life that is already embedded into your consciousness. It's, your higher self is helping you guide you out of whatever circumstances that you have found yourself in from past programming, okay? All of us have had past programming. Everybody wakes up at their own time. So if you're here watching this video, it means that you are going through the awakening process. And the veil is very thin. It's like you're seeing things for what it is, and you're understanding the why all of this has to happen. And regardless, a lot of us would like to kind of stay on the old path and do things by the old book and by our old belief systems, but those don't work anymore, unfortunately. And I don't want to say unfortunately because I don't want to put a negative spin on it, because really what it's getting you towards is this new life. But you have to raise your vibration. You have to think differently, not be so fearful of all the stuff that's going on. And I feel like, your old life has been basically burned to the ground. Maybe you don't hang out with the same people anymore. Maybe people have crossed over, maybe, people walked away from you or you walked away from them. Like, I feel like everything is just different, and we have to just get on board with the differences of the reality of what's actually happening now. And instead of, being in that resistance like we've always been, we've resisted change. The only thing guaranteed is change, okay? And so since 2020, we've gone through massive activation, and we will continue to do so. We are now into the age of Aquarius. So things are all about like, freedom. We're wanting freedom. We're not wanting to work 9-to-5 jobs anymore. We're really delving into our own superpowers and our own gifts. And we're showing those to the world, working an old 9-to-5 job and, being stuck in a cubicle or, behind glass or whatever. It's like a freaking prison. And I feel like these are where the changes need to be met. But it's also, again, this is a gift. This is a gift. All right. But it can feel, because of all the chaos in the world around us, it can feel like a punishment. Okay. So I do feel like, I just feel like old chapters have now ended and new ones are beginning. And like I said, I don't feel like the collective really understands where this is going. And I think it's going to take Neptune moving and Saturn to move out of Pisces, which we're in really healing energy right now. I feel like 2024 is more about processing the grief of like our old life being completely demolished for this new life to begin. But I mean, there was a lot of loss along the way, but again, it's to clear up your energy so that, things can start unfolding. And until you come to grips with that, well, again, ready or not, here it comes. So you can still try to hold on to the old life and to old beliefs and old hurts and old pains, or you can transmute it through this Pisces Virgo energy. We now have the sun in Virgo. We got Saturn Neptune in Pisces, both retrograde. So it's giving us an opportunity to go within, to heal. Pisces Virgo axis is very, very healing. Virgo here on the earthly plane, it's about purifying yourself, purifying your life, purifying your body, mind, body, spirit. And Pisces is about clearing out like past life karma. It's about clearing things on the ethereal realm. And so that when we get into the Aries Libra, we can start new cycles, right? We can start new things. So in this process, this is definitely about purifying so that we can bring in and manifest in accordance to the vibration of what it is that we're putting out. And what is that we're manifesting? Again, the new life. All right? Not necessarily a bad thing, but to some people, this can be very scary. And I totally understand that. I have a lot of empathy for you. But again, I feel like you're just going to have to ask for ease and grace and try not to dig your heels in and try to hold on to anything that no longer serves a purpose in your existence. So what do our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors have to say about this? Just one card, Spirit. Angels, here we go. What do we got here? Yes, harmony and resolution. There is going to be resolution. And obviously there has been this, again, renewal in our lives. And again, it's like feeling like everything has been burned to the ground. There's not even anything, but not even cobwebs to clean up, right? And so this is to make room for harmony in your life, joy in your life. This is actually a blessing. And there's going to be resolutions to any problems that you may have, okay? So it's getting you prepared. It's getting you prepared. So what else do we have here, Spirit? What else do we have for the collective? What else do they need to hear? What else does the collective need to hear? What advice do you have on all of this? All right, what do we got? Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Answer that call. Is it asking you to switch careers? Is it asking you to, manifest that relationship? Is it asking you to move cross country? Is it asking you to start your own business? What is it asking you to do? Maybe you want to become a healer of some sorts. So I think that it's time for you to answer the call. I feel like the answers have already been within, and maybe it's just time for you to, I just heard, write that book, share your story, because not only do we have buy the book, but sitting right next to it, we have the book. Maybe for some of you, this is about writing a self-help book, or maybe this is about reading books. Maybe there's a book out there that changes your life. Maybe somebody gifts you a book or a journal. Maybe it's time for you to sit down and write in your journal. But yeah, I definitely am getting, I'm also getting the date, November 30. I don't know how many days are in November. I think 30, November 30th is what I'm getting, around November 30th or December 1st or December 31st. So, anywhere between November and December, I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes. We do have Pluto transiting back into Aquarius for the rest of the duration until 2044. So I feel like a lot of massive changes around then. I feel like if there's any question as to where you're going, I feel like you're going to have some answers around that time. But just know that maybe for some of you, this is about a call. There could be somebody who is going to call you. Maybe somebody wants to publish your book or wants to write a book about you, about your life. But also I am getting something about a phone call, a text message, an email. Maybe somebody wants to collaborate with you in something. They could be wanting a collaboration. For others of you, maybe somebody wants harmony and resolution when it comes to a relationship. Maybe there was some type of a falling out, and this needed to happen. Sometimes we plateau in certain relationships because we have nothing more to learn from one another. So we need to part ways so that we can go out and have more experiences, so that when we come back into the sphere of certain individuals, we have something to teach them. We've learned something. We've learned something about ourselves. We've learned how strong we can be. We've learned that we can make moves on our own. And maybe some people hold you back. They're your anchor. They're the things that are tying you down. No matter how much love, no matter how much you care for certain individuals, you're going to have to sometimes love them from afar. And I feel like you will always be bound. You will always end up finding one another again. That's the one thing about elephants, is they will always find where they came from. They have they have a muscle memory like no other, animal on this earth, not even humans, and so they can go back. They know where they come from. And no matter how far they veer away or how far they're taken, they always know how to get back to where they come, or where they come from. And I feel like, for some of you, you've been in this facade, this illusion of a life, and thinking that this is where I belong. I belong in this, abuse, or I belong in toxicity, or I belong, in a place of trauma. And the thing is, no, you don't. You have to raise your vibration and understand that that too was a gift, that you went through those experiences so that you could learn something about yourself. And once the veil has been lifted and you start seeing it for what it really is, then you know how to walk away, because what you're doing is you're parting ways from the pattern, the cycle, and saying, okay, no more. I'm going to go out here, until you guys learn your lesson and figure out why it is that you continue to, go down that path. While you're doing that, I'm going to go over here into my new sphere and start my new life. And when you're ready, feel free to come on back, but just make sure that you don't come back in the same vibration, because otherwise there will be another parting of ways. So don't try to rush it when people walk away from your life. Don't try to rush them back, and don't take it to heart. Just get your ass out there and actually start doing what you need to be doing. And that will actually help guide them. It's almost like a beacon of light. I'm getting the, what is it called? Oh, the lighthouses. You're like a beacon of light, the lighthouse, and it just keeps going around. I'm seeing the light right here too. It's like, then your light will shine, and it will bring people back to you. So through this darkness comes this light. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Out of the darkness comes the light. But in order for you have to go through both and realize that both are the experience. That's the balance, the light and the dark. You can't have one without the other. Wow, this is really beautiful, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and read a motivation manifesto. You guys, drop me a heart, drop me a like. It does help my channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Oops, I had one fly on the floor. I'm not going to go and get it, but we just had two that showed up. So the main motivation of humankind is to be free, to express our true selves and pursue our dreams without restriction, to experience what may be called personal freedom. I talked about freedom earlier, and I feel like we do need to have that personal freedom to go out and do whatever our hearts desire. We don't need to be tied down to anything. People think, oh, I'm buying a house. No, the house owns you. Okay, you never actually buy and own your own home. You are now tied to the matrix. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, because if you feel that that's a sense of security, and of course for those of you who have children and whatever else, but it's not the same for everyone else, and everybody's personal freedom is completely different. And it says the joyous masters know that amid all the chaos and conflict, all the hurry and wickedness of the world, there is something solid within that is beautiful and steady and good. Elephants are very steady. They're very steadfast. They're very, grounding animals. Okay. So I want to read that one again. The joyous masters know that amid all the chaos and conflict, all the hurry and wickedness of the world, there is something solid within that is beautiful and steady and good. So regardless of all the crap that's going on in this world right now, put that aside. Like, there's always going to be chaos, and there has to be all this upheaval right now. And what people need to do is stop fighting against each other. Like, at the end of the day, there's such a major division in the collective, whether it's through family, it's through friendships, it's through, your belief systems, it's through politics. People are idolizing politicians the way that they used to idolize freaking celebrities. It's insane right now. And I'll be honest with you, it's ridiculous. We need to understand that, we're all here for a specific reason, but sitting here fighting with one another, complaining about stuff all the time, and always bitching about what's happening in the world, it needs to stop. It needs to heal. It needs to be transmuted into something beautiful. All it is a distraction to keep you off of your path, to keep you going, sabotaging yourself, sabotaging your family. It's all by design. It's all by design. So I think that what we need to realize is, certain people in our lives are actually gifts. And I think that we don't, more and more people are being abusing other people, talking down to other people, calling people names, bashing other people for their beliefs. I mean, there's so much going on, so much hatred going on in the world. It's insane, and it's really sad. And I feel like, some people that were actually put into your life as a gift from the universe, a lot of people sabotage those relationships. And again, it's not just romantic. That could be your boss taking advantage of you and taking you for granted, or your family takes you for granted, or a partner took you for granted, or a friend took you for granted. All in all, it was part of the lesson and something you needed to learn. But I feel like it's really important that we start recognizing that people, that's Aquarius, it's the transformation of how we treat other people. That's what Pluto and Aquarius is going to be all about. Not only that, it's going to be about freedom. We saw that, personal freedom to do whatever the hell we want and stop being governed or having our rights taken away, or having somebody else tell us what we can and can't do, or that who we have to be or who we are. at the end of the day, I feel like it's really important that you answer the call to your soul so that you can manifest the life of your dreams. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. This is such an amazing reading. Very powerful messages here. I love you guys all so much. Please, again, don't forget to give me a heart. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. I love you guys all so much. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram under the Footsteps to Peace and Peace Unhinged Tarot. Thank you to everyone who has contacted me for a personal reading. I love each and every one of you. Everyone watching these videos and giving me a thumbs up. You guys, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the support. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below, and I will chat with you again soon. Take care.